This is the Powrun or Powrun, depending on how you want to pronounce it, Jump Starter. First off, I'll tell you what's you get in the case, and then I'll give you a quick demo. So the one thing that you'll notice is it comes in a nice hard shell case like most of them do, so pretty standard. You'll notice that with a lot of ones I have, they're kind of longer and thinner. This one is a little bit more of a wide body, and I'll explain to you in a few minutes why that is. So let's open it up. You get a nice little handle as well. So here, the reason why it's wider is because it gives you an extra compartment. Let me explain why this is a good thing. Now, with most that I have, you try to cram everything in this one little section here, and it never goes in the way it's supposed to, and you're always trying to fiddle and kind of jigsaw your way in there. I like the fact that they put the jump starter here, you can put the cables here, and it's a nice little place, and then all the other accessories go in here, so you're not cramming anything into one spot, and it just never wants to fit unless you put it in perfectly. So I really do like this because out of all the ones I have, this is the only one that does it like this. Now let's just get to what you get. So inside you get some accessories. So here are the couple of accessories that you do get. Push this out of the way for a second. So you get a USB-A to USB-C cable, which is nice. So if you want to charge your phone or whatever you have. And then you also get a 12-volt adapter, a cigarette light adapter for us old school people. So you can use this to plug in a GPS, a tire inflator, different things like that. And then this is the cable and plug that you use to charge the jump starter unit. So putting that out of the way, let's get back to this. So these are the cables. Pretty standard lengthened cables, grippy teeth, so nothing here, nice, strong, sturdy. And then here is the unit. This one's a little different than some of the other ones that I have because it has two separate lights for correct and reverse. Usually it just has one light. So basically this means if you set it up correctly, it'll light up green. If you set it up incorrectly, when you're putting the cables on, it'll show red. Usually this is just one light, so take it or leave it. And then here, the boost button, I'd call it more of a safety override button. So these things work off of your car battery. So if there's a little bit of power and then you have these hooked up correctly, it'll show green. Like I said, if you don't, it'll show red. And that's based off the power from your battery. Now, if your battery doesn't have any juice at all and it's completely dead, then these won't light up and it won't automatically start. So what you have to do here is press the boost mode, and that'll override the safety feature of letting power to go through unless it detects a battery. Now, the only thing you have to worry about is make sure you don't press this button with it plugged into the battery and say you have these cables in hand or something, because something bad could happen. So just make sure if you ever press this override button, you have everything set up correctly before you press it. That's all. Now see, you just kind of fold it back in, put it in like so, and nice little compartment. I can't tell you how much I love that. So you get a warranty card, and then you get a manual. If you never used one of these before, please check it out. It's always a good read. And then here's the jump starter itself. So pretty simple. You have a compass at the top if you ever need that. You have the power button. So I press the power button. You can see here that it's charged to 100%. It takes a little bit of time to charge it, but it lasts forever unless you jump a couple vehicles. You get a few jumps. And then here, let's talk about the inputs and outputs you get. So this thing is a little tight, so no water's getting in there, but it's a little hard to put back in compared to some of the other ones. So keep that in mind. You really got to work it in there. It's not just something you push in and go, because it does cover up the USB ports and different ports like that. So that's a good feature. It just takes a little bit longer to put it back to where it needs to. So here you get a USB 5-volt to 9-volt output. You get a USB-A 5-volt 2.1 amps, so it's a fast charger. It's not a slow charger. And then you also get, for that 12-volt adapter, you can plug that in right there. And then here's where you plug in to charge the unit. Like I said, you got to just work it in a little bit to get it to close. There we go. That's tight. And then here's where the jump starter cables get plugged into. As you can see, it can only go in one way because one end is rounded, one end is flat, so you can only plug it in one way, so you can't mess it up. They come pretty standard like that. It's kind of dummy proof. And then here you have a light. So if you hold down the button, you get just a flashlight. Press it again, you get a fast flash. Press it one more time, you get a slow flash, and then press it one more time and it's off. If you do a double tap, then you get a red flashing hazard sign lights. And that is about it. So let's go. I won't really test it out because most jump starters are the same, but I'll kind of show you how to jump start a vehicle if you've never done it before. So you have the two cables. You want to connect the cables to the starter. Like I said, you can only put it in one way. Then you put the red to the positive. And this negative. You can see here that the green light is lit up, so that means it detects some power from the battery, and all I'd have to do now is start the car, and that's it.